Carla Marinucci is here for the first time. That was Carla Marinucci's first appearance on The Issue Is back in 2019. Since the pandemic began, she's been on our show more than any other guest. Why? Because she's the top political reporter in the state. For years, she's written California's Politico Playbook, and everyone who's anyone in the state politics has read her words religiously every day. This week, she wrote her final playbook and announced she's going on a sabbatical for 6 months and leaving daily political news in California after 40 years. Carla Marinucci, welcome back to The Issue Is, and this week the issue is you.
Thank you, Alex. I appreciate it.
So why are you leaving?
Look, after 40 years, it's time to explore some new stories like the wine in Bordeaux in other places. Alex, look, California, covering California is the best. You know that. It is a drama. It is a roller coaster ride for you, literally a roller coaster ride with the governor. No place else can you do that. But now I want to try doing that in other parts of the world. And so that's what we're going to do for a couple of months, at least a couple of months. I plan on, coming back to Politico and doing some projects in 2022. But right now, boy, I'm looking forward to this new adventure. And you're going to France, right? Going to France and Spain, and the EU will be trolling all over the place there. So that's my plan. News could break out, but right now, that's where I'm going. That sounds so much fun. Of course, you are most associated with San Francisco. You spent 30 years with the San Francisco Chronicle, got a front row seat to the rise of some of California's most important political figures, including the Congresswoman from San Francisco, Nancy Pelosi. Talk to us about her at the beginning. Nancy Pelosi is one who has always understood the importance of media and the press and getting her message out. From the start, my very first day as a political reporter, she invited me to lunch. We sat down. Her connection to San Francisco, to watch this woman over the decades do 5-6 events a day in San Francisco in 5-inch heels, it's an adventure. And I have to say, she's one who calls you on it if she doesn't think you're being fair. There's been more than one press conference where they've said, the speaker wants to talk to you after this is over. And she's dressed me down for either coverage or the way I've interpreted things. Always fair, though. Always an adventure to cover her. And watching her now. This is an interesting and an important and unbelievable woman to cover for so many years. Yeah, and this week, one of the most important weeks in her long history as well. Meanwhile, Kamala Harris also starting in San Francisco politics. Talk to us about her in the early days. Another one. Deputy District Attorney in Oakland, where we first started covering her. Look, this is somebody who's been underestimated, who's been really scrutinized from the beginning of her career. She has managed to jump every political hurdle people have thrown at her. She has been, a lot of people say, as vice president, she's getting sort of the Hillary Clinton treatment. That is a lot of scrutiny, a lot of criticism, but a groundbreaking woman who, from the very start in San Francisco, I think we identified her as someone to watch, as a groundbreaker for women of color and for women in politics. This is the one to watch in 2024 so far. Her and Gavin Newsom on parallel tracks for a long, long time. That has been a drama in San Francisco. So we're going to continue to watch that as the next cycle goes on. Yeah, because they've been kind of frenemies, right, for years and years, going back when Gavin Newsom was married to Kimberly Guilfoyle, who was in the district attorney's office at the same time as Kamala Harris. They were sort of rivals there. You talk to us about when you first met Gavin Newsom. He was in his 20s or 30s, right? That's right. 1996, he was appointed a parking and traffic commissioner in San Francisco. That's when we first started covering him. He was identified from the start as someone who is a star quality candidate for the next generation of Democratic leaders, even going back then. He showed himself to be somebody who knew how to work with younger voters, a communicator, a stellar communicator when he wanted to be, but also somebody who could have self-inflicted wounds, like that famous photo of him with Kimberly Guilfoyle on the rug of the Getty Mansion that continues to haunt him today. Those kind of things, watching Gavin Newsom both stumble and get up. This has been sort of a continuing thing. And over the years, his development as a candidate, as a governor now, and his relationship with the press, which has been prickly all the way through. But at the same time, Gavin Newsom knows how to deliver a message when he wants to. He is also, when you talk about 2024 and beyond, Gavin Newsom is somebody who has ambitions going beyond the governor's chair. And he's going to be somebody that California is going to watch along with Kamala Harris. As you said, frenemies, yes, but they've also been there for each other when it's counted. So let's watch that one.
Although Gavin Newsom says over and over again that he doesn't want to be president, has no ambitions for that, and has never thought of it. And I don't think there's anybody in the California press corps who believes that.
No. Look, in his high school yearbook, his parents put in there White House at his 40th birthday. People remember that toast to the White House. That's been part of the discussion for a long, long time, and I think will continue to be.
Yeah. So the biggest story of this year in California politics was the recall effort against Governor Newsom. But one of the biggest stories you've ever covered was the recall of Gray Davis back in 2003, which brought with it this political force named Arnold Schwarzenegger. You were on the bus. You were with him every step of the way during that, went on a lot of trips with him when he was governor. Talk about what that experience was like and how unique Arnold was as a force in terms of this state.
I mean, Arnold Schwarzenegger provided the kind of Hollywood moments in politics that you're just not going to get in another state. I remember on his election night during that 2003 recall, as he was taking the stage to make his acceptance speech, he came over to me on the side of the stage and just said, "Only in America, only in America." And that is Arnold Schwarzenegger. That is his story. I mean, there were moments covering him that were right out of the movies. I remember going to a big physical fitness conference with him. He's a star. He's an icon with that crowd. As we entered the arena with thousands of people screaming his name, I was right behind him. He turned to me and he said, "Don't worry, I will protect you." And I thought, what other governor cites, script from the Terminator movies? I mean, this is what he did. He managed to take that Hollywood image and use it in the office, and continues, by the way, I think, to use it today. He remains a global figure on the issue of climate change. He has not squandered the fact that he is such a well-known figure, and he has used it for things that he thinks are extremely important to the country. So he continues to speak out, and I think he deserves a lot of props for that. His ex-wife, Maria Shriver, also. The entire family has been sort of an activist crowd not only in San Francisco, in Northern California, and in California in general, and the world. So I think that Schwarzenegger has managed to be somebody who is bigger than life in the movies, on the silver screen, and in politics as well.
And his kids continuing with that as well. And there's been so many giant figures over the years: Willie Brown, Jerry Brown, so many different people that you've covered. And the access has also really changed. Talk about how, you went from being this old school print reporter to now a social media influencer.
Yeah, that's right, Alex. When we covered President Clinton, he came to California more than 70 times as president, 70 times. And on every trip and everywhere he went, we were allowed to go with him into the biggest and most influential homes in Hollywood for every fundraiser, to watch him speak to his followers in living rooms of the most famous people. That is all ended. That kind of access to a president, that kind of access to any candidate, even the governor, is just not there anymore. Social media has changed that. Social media didn't exist in the first recall at all. Facebook, Twitter, Google, these weren't even around. Today, the elected officials don't need the media as much, and certainly don't allow media that much access. I think, it's interesting. I covered Donald Trump, on his first campaign in California in 1999. He ran for president as a Reform Party candidate. Back then, he invited me to go with him to hang out with Jay Leno. We spent an hour in the green room watching these guys go back and forth with jokes. That kind of access, Donald Trump sent me a handwritten note after that saying, "You can interview me anytime." Years later, my last and very last connection with him was as president. He came to Sacramento on the tarmac. He called me nasty for asking a question about where he was what took him so long to get to California and the wildfires. So loved media, but lately, and that's how much things have changed. Politicians have put media at arm's length.
I was standing nearby when that happened, and there were many people that were like, how dare you say that to Carla Marinucci? You know, Carla, you have so many great stories. We can't fit it all into the TV broadcast, but if people want to hear more of them, and it's totally worth doing that, go to youtube.com/Elex Michaelson or the Issue Is podcast to hear more behind-the-scenes stories from Carla. Part of the reason that we're limited on time for the TV broadcast is, Carla, we've got a few surprises for you. We know you are so beloved in the California press corps. I reached out to some of our friends who are all Issue Is regular panelists to share their thoughts. Let's begin with your co-editor of the California Politico Playbook, Jeremy White.
Carla, it's been an honor being your co-pilot these last few years, and a joy learning that you're not just an amazing reporter, you are a wonderful human being. Good luck with what's next, and I will always do my best to do justice to the amazing newsletter you built.
Hey, it's John Myers from the Los Angeles Times. I can't talk. I'm desperately trying to beat Carla Marinucci. Oh, she beat me again on another scoop. Congrats, Carla. We'll miss you.
Hey, Carla. It's your friend Laurel Rosenhall from Cal Matters. I am so happy for you. You're such an inspiring journalist, and I cannot wait to see what you do next. Cheers.
Hi, Carla. It's Doug Sovereign from KCBS Radio in San Francisco. I can't believe this is happening. I'm going to miss you so much. There's never been anyone else like you. You're the bravest. You're the best. You're just in a league of your own. Bon voyage, mon ami. Mwah.
Hi, I'm Melanie Mason with the Los Angeles Times, and I know a lot of journalists. But believe me, none of us are a match for Carla's hustle, her smarts, and her sense of fun. Carla, congratulations and thank you. You earned the sabbatical.
I'm Jessica Levinson. Carla, you are absolutely the gold standard when it comes to journalists and people. This is a better state because of you. I'm a better person because of you. Wishing you absolutely the best of the best.
Hi, I'm Seema Mehta from the LA Times. Carla, you've been such a role model and such a trailblazer, and more importantly, you've been such a good friend for so long. I admire the hell out of you, but I'm also so relieved that I'm not going to have to worry about you beating me for the next several months. Have an amazing sabbatical.
Joe Garofoli, San Francisco Chronicle. Carla, to my friend, my paisan, my co-creator of Shaky Hands Productions, you have inspired me and multiple generations of California journalists. Congratulations on your next step. I toast you with a glass of homemade limoncello, auguri. The bottle's coming your way.
What do you think?
Wow, Alex, you have, I'm in tears. That's so beautiful. Thank you so much. But, you know, this is about you too. I think, you know, you represent a whole new generation of journalists that I think are taking it up and just killing it. That's what it's all about.
Well,
you know, California is the place to be.
Yeah. Well, it's not about me. It's about you today. Enjoy the moment. And I'm not done yet. I've got even bigger surprises still to come, if that's possible. But let's go to break with your past dancing when you were on with Doug Sovereign and we played Shaka Khan.
Stevie Wonder.
We are back with Politico's Carla Marinucci, who is stepping back from daily California political journalism after 40 years and going on a sabbatical, including heading to France. All right, Carla, we have more surprises for you. I reached out to an Issue Is viewer here in Southern California, and he sent us this.
See, Lulu and I, Carla, we're very upset because you're taking a sabbatical. I mean, what the hell is this all about? Let me ask you that. I mean, don't fix what is not broken. This was perfect. You did the perfect job. You did the perfect work. I mean, your writing is fantastic. This is where I get my political news. So why would you do that? In any case, I wish you good luck on your sabbatical. And what I like about it is that they call it a sabbatical because that means that you have to say, I'll be back. Have a great day. Bye-bye, Carla.
What do you think of that?
Oh my, I can't handle it. I can't handle it. That is priceless. That is priceless.
And so him, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's not the only Issue Is viewer who sent in regards. Here's an Issue Is viewer I reached out to in Northern California.
Hey, Carla, it's Gavin Newsom. Not that I need to introduce myself to you, since you've tracked me. You've known my movements for over, probably 2 decades now, which is just extraordinary. One of the things that I think defines you, separates the work you do from, respectfully, many others, is there's no malice. You're going to get the story. You're going to be dogged. You know, wherever it leads, you're going to follow, and you're going to hold us to account, and that's a good thing. But there's no malice. There's no edge. And I just hope other younger reporters out there pay a little more attention to your approach to journalism, to how you approach excellence and truth-seeking and accountability, because they all need to learn a little bit from you. And I say that a little selfishly, because I hate to see you take any time off, even the short sabbatical. I'll see you again. We'll all see you again soon, I'm sure. But I hope other journalists out there, pause and just reflect that the world needs more Carla Marinucci's.
Wow. I'm speechless. I think, I have to say, hearing from Governor Newsom and hearing from Governor Schwarzenegger and my colleagues, we're competitors. We're hard competitors. I'm a competitor with you, Elex, but I think we all understand that civility and just joy in the job is what's really important. And I think you bring that. I think this whole group of folks in California is special because we all bring that to the job. That's just important.
And he talks about the next generation of journalists. What's your advice to those of us in the next generation?
Yeah, I think, look, under trying circumstances with social media, you're under attack. The public doesn't have as much trust in media as they did. The bottom line is to just bring it with a sense of truth and a sense of responsibility. And I think that the governor got it right there. Malice. Not to have that edge, to just come at it with a sense of delivering the truth to the public. That is what it's about. And I think you do that so well. So many of my colleagues that you saw today do it so well. There's a respect there for the job and for the public. And that's what we've got to continue to have, not to be drawn into the vortex, to continue to stay on the straight and narrow when it comes to delivering the truth. So continue to do that, Elex. You are a hero in the job, in my view.
Oh, my God. Well, I love you, and I hope you're feeling the love today because you deserve it. And after all the appearances you've been on, first time you ever were speechless on this show, so that's something. So let's end with music, right? So we're going to play Pharrell's Feelin' Brand New, which is how you're going to be feeling in France. Bon voyage, Carla. We love you. Let's dance it out as we head to break.